Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. What's up, Previews World? It's Wednesday, it's New Comic Book Day, which means it's time for Previews World Weekly, which doesn't necessarily mean that your local comic shop is open.
It's fair.
But I'm one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen.
And I'm Thea, and we're here every week to remind you guys to stop at a comic shop and get involved in what's happening in the world of comics. And of course, if you're just tuning in for the first time or you've been enjoying the show, be sure to give us a like, share, and follow to keep all the nerd news coming.
So this is going to be a pretty short show.
Very short.
Actually, we're filming this early.
Yes.
Because we're probably not going to be around, just like your local comic shop might not be around. But there are comic shops.
They'll be around.
They'll exist.
Jeez.
But they won't be open.
Yes.
You're right, that's a fair point. But I thought it was interesting that, like, we have to at least kind of, like, give some lip service to the fact that the stores are getting new shipments this week. Mm-hmm. They probably got them early, but they probably won't be open until Thursday, let's be honest.
That's true.
But that said, there's also a new catalog out this week. And if you look behind us, first of all, I want to point out the backdrop here, which is amazing.
Beautiful.
And hopefully it looks as realistic, like on camera, as it does to us right now, because it looks pretty realistic.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
But the new catalog, Strange Adventures by Tom King and Mitch Gerads, which I always have to make sure I say correctly, is one of the books that's featured this month on the cover. And on the reverse cover is a new book by Jonathan Hickman, which is actually a little bit surprising and a little bit unexpected.
Cool.
And so this one's just called Decorum, and it's actually, from my understanding, a little bit of the little bit that I've read about this, it's about a hitman who's incredibly well-mannered. Like that's the gist of it. But at the same time, I guess it has sci-fi elements and also other stuff.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, that is definitely some Treasure Planet looking
Treasure Planet
business over there.
It's like a Treasure Planet. So I mean, yeah, of course, Jonathan Hickman is doing the X-Men run. Everybody's a big fan of his stuff right now. So something else to pick up. And his East of West is about to end. Actually, I think it's ending this week. So yeah, definitely check that out. And we're almost going to get into it, but I actually wanted to ask you ahead of time. Star Wars. Can you give us a non-spoilery reaction?
So, well, I'm a very emotional person right now because of reasons. So I had a lot of emotional reactions to the movie. I did enjoy it very much, as most movies do have their flaws, so does this.
Yeah.
And I think overall, it was good.
It was good.
It was good. It wasn't amazing, I wasn't blown away, but I very much enjoyed the ride.
Okay, all right, cool. I said this last week. I'll see it eventually. Like, this is just, I openly admit this is not my jam right now. Like, I'm Star Wars'd out.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Most of the people that I know that love Star Wars, that have seen it already, we have our own little Facebook group going where we can talk about it, spoiler, all the spoilers so that nobody has to see them. And somebody described it as sort of feeling like you're binge watching the last 4 episodes in a TV series.
Oh, really?
Just like mooshed together. And it does have a little bit of that feel to it.
Okay.
A little bit slightly disjointed in a way.
A little too compact.
Yeah, it feels like it should have been more than one movie.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
And somebody else said that it was definitely an emotional roller coaster, but there was not really substance behind that.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot as well. Yeah. I mean,
Which is sometimes that's all you need. Like, we've been talking about how The Mandalorian is just happy, fun adventure times, right?
Right.
And this has a little bit of that going for it.
Okay, cool. All right. Hey, if you guys have seen it, let us know in the comments. Like, I'm curious. Don't spoil it for anybody else, but give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Not the actual show, but whether or not you liked, whether or not you actually like the new Star Wars movie. But we are at least going to show you what's at comic shops this week. It's a small haul, but it's got it where it counts. Check this out. Anna-Mia is here, and she's going to show you what's available at your local comic shop today on Christmas.
Hey Previews World, Mia here, with a look at what's at comic shops for the week of December 26th, 2019. So let's jump on in. And we're just getting started. The world of comics has even more to offer, so stop at a shop already, and you might just find your new favorite thing. See ya!
Thanks, Anna-Mia, and that's, of course, some of the titles available this week. And like I said, it's a small haul, but there's plenty of cool stuff out here this weekend. You know, it's Christmas. I know you guys have gotten your gifts and whatnot, but you can also head to your local comic shop tomorrow. Maybe make it a family outing. I don't know, you know, whatever.
It's also like a recent development that they're even doing Christmas books at all, right?
Right, yeah, that's a very
Last
good
year
point.
was the first year that they did that?
It was like first year, yeah. Because
so
normally just kind of hold over, so, you know, it's still a special occasion.
Yeah.
2 years in a row.
Cool.
I also wanted to mention just that last week, speaking of comics, Free Comic Book Day did a major announcement.
Yes.
They unleashed 47 titles on the world,
Whoop, whoop.
as they do every year, right?
Of course, yeah.
And we have our gold sponsors and we have our silver sponsors, and of course the gold books are the DC Marvel titles, and the silver sponsors are the, you know, small press or indie books, or like, you know, some of the YA stuff. So if you get a chance, by all means, head on over to freecomicbookday.com and find out what's hitting your local comic store.
That's beautiful.
That'd be interesting if it was on the shore. That'd also be
there
bad
are
for
some,
comics.
yes.
But but yeah, actually, see, the Firepower book is one of them. And I know last week you and I were like all about that.
Absolutely.
So like, yeah, I'm actually curious about that one for sure. And yeah, they're all dropping May 2nd at your local comic book shop. Not sure. Yeah, check it out. Go to freecomicbookday.com for
We'll
more.
also inevitably come back and talk about this.
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna.
We love this.
Yeah, we're gonna hit this like a couple of times. So,
Word.
and actually, there was a little image there of the mystery box, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But one of the books out this week that you saw in the little clip that we have with Anna-Mia was Incoming from Marvel. And so here's a little trailer. This is supposed to be like I hesitate to use the word event because I know that now that's like kind of like another event, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's the big thing that's going to be spearheading. I can't talk today.
We're doing great, guys.
Yeah, spearheading the Marvel's narrative for like the next year. So
Cool.
like this is almost giving you a springboard into their 2020 plans.
Nice.
So check this out, a little clip about Incoming, and then when we come back, we're gonna talk toys. How about that? And that was a glimpse inside Incoming from Marvel Comics, and issue #1 has dropped today, like I mentioned. So now that you've gotten a taste, go to your local comic shop today or tomorrow, depending on whether they're open. I have to keep saying that.
Right, yeah.
And check it out for real. And like, yeah, let us know what you think in the comments, and let us know what the big mysterious mystery is at the heart of this matter, because I'm actually very curious about that. So
For sure.
yeah.
So we do have new comics out this week, but we don't have new toys.
No.
However, on top of that, we do want to remind you guys that you can always go over to PREVIEWSworld.com/toychest to see what's coming out every week. And we do have a giveaway.
We do. Look at that.
So
Because it is Christmas.
It is
Like,
Christmas.
we don't have.
We got to give somebody a present.
Right. We don't have the Previews toy chest, but we do have toys.
We do have a
So there you
toy.
go.
We have little Thanos.
I love this actually.
He's pretty good. He's prepared for the snap,
Yep.
hand poised. Our guy Thanos.
There you go.
So if you all out there want to win this little dude here, we want to know, if you had the Infinity Gauntlet, what would you use it for?
Nice. All right.
I'm anticipating a string of good answers
I
for
think
this.
so. I think our viewers are quality people. I think overall, like they have a good moral compass, I would say. So.
Well, we
All right,
shall see.
maybe not. Every now and then there's a few randos who jump into our
Of
comments
course,
and like,
but
you know.
sometimes that's fun.
Yeah, sometimes it is fun actually.
And of course, we have the winner of last week's prize, which was the Batman the Animated Series Bane. Our winner is Raimundo Villalobos.
Oh, nice.
And he said that the first appearance of Bane is Batman Vengeance of Bane #1.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Thanks, Ramon.
Congratulations, Raimundo.
Raimundo. Nice, nice. And actually, I do want to point out, because I want to bring it back to Funko Pops real quick, this is a previews exclusive, so this is brought to you by us and Funko, of course. But also,
it's also part of the Marvel 80 years anniversary
that's
stuff.
right,
Which is
yeah,
cool.
that's right.
They have a whole line specifically for that. They're big fancy boys.
Yeah, and like, no, right, these aren't the MCU ones, because they also have the MCU 10-year one, which was last year, I guess.
Sure.
And those was like the gold guys, which were actually pretty cool. And
Yeah.
I had
Some of those
to
are still floating around, I think.
tell myself, no, you can't, don't collect any more toys, Troy. You're out of control. I also wanted to point out, what's that?
Pops are a thing.
Pops are definitely a thing. I also wanted to point out that I mentioned Free Comic Book Day earlier. We threw up a mystery box, right? I can tell you this much, it's a Funko Pop. And it's going to be available on Free Comic Book Day. And it's a Marvel Funko Pop.
Oh boy.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. But, you know, it's part of the big surprise, and people won't know what it is, I believe, until Free Comic Book Day. So,
As they should.
yeah, so stay tuned.
Nice.
And by all means, go to your local comic shop, put in your calendar now. You know, it's like, what, 6 months away? Like, you can do that. Put in your calendar.
Prepare
Let your family and friends know over Christmas, hey, I'm going to do Free Comic Book Day, you should come with us. So, there you go. So, all right. We're almost done with the show. I told you it's going to be a short one.
A very short one.
But we did a little cool thing last week. We revealed a video of Know Your Heroes, which we typically do every month. And this one is about Santa Claus, or particularly bad Santas. So comics have a tendency, for some actually odd reason, I didn't even notice this, after the Golden Age, like, you know, in the Golden Age, Santa Claus is like this altruistic, nice guy guest star.
Which is
right?
what you think of when you think of Santa, right?
Right. But then something happens somewhere around the 70s and 80s, and like there's all these like demented interpretations of Santa.
Oh no!
Actually, I take that back. One of the interpretations that we're about to show you is actually from the Golden Age, but it's from EC Comics. So, you know, Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, like, you know. But anyway, Gretchen's the host of this this installment of Know Your Heroes, and here it is: Know Your Heroes, Bad Santas. And when we come back, we're probably just going to say goodbye. All right, check it out.
He goes by Jolly Old Saint Nick, Father Christmas, or Papa Noel. No matter how you say his name, Santa Claus is meant to invoke cheer during the holiday season. Except, sometimes in comics, Father Christmas wouldn't even make his own nice list. Here's 5 unforgettable times Santa showed his claws. Now, we all know the real Saint Nick would never do bad things. But being so well known means that Santa was bound to create impersonators. Let's start first with a wannabe Santa from comics' early years. Vault of Horror number 35, 1950. Comics of the Golden Age were the Wild West, and publishers like EC Comics had a reputation for producing lurid tales of crime and horror. For example, in the story, In All Through the House, a homicidal housewife wants only one thing for Christmas: her husband dead. After months of premeditation, she gets her wish on Christmas. Little does she realize that there's an escaped mental patient roaming the snow-covered streets of her neighborhood. He's dressed as Santa Claus, and unfortunately for this murderous mom, he didn't even need to use the chimney to get in. If this story sounds familiar, then it should. This particular comic book was adapted to the screen twice. Previously in the 1972 British production of Tales from the Crypt, and again for HBO's Tales from the Crypt series in 1989.
Be very careful what you ask for Christmas. You might just get it.
Flash number 87 from 1994. From the fan favorite team of Mike Waringo and Mark Waid comes Christmas Rush. Get it? In this one, a sudden holiday heat wave strikes Keystone City, which means Wally West, aka The Flash, can't blame Captain Cold for the uptick in violent crimes hitting the city. He can, however, chase down a crew of drug dealers dressed as machine gun-carrying Santas. Bring a new meaning to the term "let it snow." The Flash defeats them, of course, but there has been a casualty: his girlfriend's Christmas party. Even the fastest man alive can't outrun his holiday obligations. Happy from 2012. What if I told you there was a Christmas comic by the artist of The Boys and the writer of Doom Patrol? Yeah, it's pretty out there and definitely not for the faint of heart. Even crazier, they made an entire TV show of it. In Happy, Santa is a child abducting nutjob whose actions provoke the ire of Nick Sachs, a slovenly hitman who has no interest in holiday cheer and definitely doesn't believe in miracles. But this Christmas has one miracle left. A little girl named Haley has been kidnapped. Her imaginary friend Happy, a flying blue horse, is determined to save her. Only children, drunks, and fools can see Happy, and hitman Nick Sachs is drunk enough to be that fool. Nick and Happy are about to pull off a Christmas miracle by reuniting Haley with her family. Daredevil number 229 from 1986. This is the part of the critically acclaimed Born Again storyline. Matt Murdock is in a pretty dark place at the beginning of this issue. He has been physically and emotionally broken by the Kingpin. His secret identity as Daredevil has been exposed because of his ex-girlfriend, and now he has no home. Cast out on the streets during December in New York, Matt Murdock thinks he still has some fight in him. He encounters two Santa imposters plotting to coerce money out of the holiday shoppers. Foolishly, Matt steps in, thinking he can still be the Daredevil he's known to be, but instead he gets knifed in the gut and left for dead. Maybe the man without fear should learn to be a little more cautious. The Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special from 1991. What happens when the main man gets hired by the Easter Bunny to kill Santa? Well, let's just say you don't want to be Father Christmas when Lobo rides into the North Pole. Paid handsomely and a little pissed he never got anything he wanted for Christmas, Lobo gets into a shootout with Santa's helpers. He makes quick work with Santa's workshop too. Santa himself, on the other hand, he's not going to be so easy to take down. An added bonus, this particular comic was turned into a short film back in 2002. Did that put you in the holiday spirit? No? Well, maybe this will. Happy holidays from Know Your Heroes to you. We look forward to seeing you plenty more in the new year.
And that was Know Your Heroes, Bad Santas, and you can catch other Know Your Heroes. We've done some fun ones, like Thea did one about Hellboy. We've done some about like the toughest characters in comics, and we're going to keep doing those because those are fun to do.
Yeah,
like,
they're
you know,
fun.
I get to tap personally. I get to tap into my what would in any other situation be useless knowledge of comic books.
Right.
But I also get to learn new things because like sometimes I'm like,
Absolutely.
I want this list to be balanced. Let me find something I don't know about, but I hear people talk a lot about. So
Good stuff.
yeah.
Good stuff.
So yeah, definitely check out more of those. And also Gretchen, I feel like Gretchen was perfect for this one because she has that kind of like that sunny disposition.
She does.
But then we get to talk about Santa Claus having an axe and killing housewives.
Oops.
So you know, but it works out. I like it. It's fun. But that's it for us.
Yeah, we're coming down to the end here.
Yeah.
Quick. Like
Yep.
we said, of course, we're going to give you guys the opportunity for a comic shop shout out. If you want to have your favorite local comic shop shouted out on the show, use the hashtag #SupportYourLCS, hit us up on social media wherever you can find us, and you could get a feature. This week, we're just going to be showing you some happy, fun, cool Christmas times at the end of the show, but 'tis the season.
Yes, 'tis the season, and that's it for us.
Facts.
Like, hey guys, have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Chris Mahana, Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating this week.
Absolutely.
We do not discriminate here.
Do your
And
thing.
yeah, do your thing. There you go. How about you guys just do your thing this holiday season? There you go. And that's it. I'm Troy Jeffrey Allen.
And I'm Thea, and we'll see you at the spinner rack.
Thanks for watching Previews World Weekly. If you like the show, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future episodes.